They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. And he'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Here's Wilson to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Also a drive that spans all that time, and then you nail a couple away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while, but when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So Wilson runs off, and now they will go to the man they call Greg the Leg, Greg Zuerlein. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage. From the 39, Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first. Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one. Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And able to work his way down to the 16. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Stiff-armed him. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Elijah Moore, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver. And it results in an incomplete pass.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. Looking for Mims, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line.
As we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown!
This is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and it's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
You said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. It looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. This pass out wide to Hall. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Now Wilson on 1st down. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Now Wilson. This is caught. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. They'll try to run with Edmonds. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Chase Edmonds with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point from McManus is good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
We'll be singing in the shower post-game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And check down complete to Hall. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
On fourth down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
Back deep is Tavon Austin. Fielded just inside the 20. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talked about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
He'll get this one to Patrick. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Broncos are able to add on to their first-half lead. McManus's point after is good. And a rout is on here in this first half.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away.
But the bouncer is taken inside the 5.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. With that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing is Wilson. And he'll find Hall. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Play action. Now Wilson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on the opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this score.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Yo.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Sleep already.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive,
He's supposed to be grading papers right now.
they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here in this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. He'll air this one out for Mims. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On first down, Wilson. On the out route, he completes it to Hall. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
That's a nice job right there. Get the ball out to the perimeter. Get it to your guy in space. And he's just going to take this, turn upfield, and turn it into a big play in 1st and goal.
There's Hall bringing in another one. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Only a yard of the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
Playing the goddamn man games, man.
Again, Wilson.
Kicking ass. Ah, it should be my pick. I'm bullshit.
Far out in front, and it's
Damn.
Attention time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
I know he want to run that.
Here's Wilson. And it's caught.
Yes, sir. Want some gold, nigga. What you gonna do, nigga?
He's taken down.
What you gonna do, young nigga?
4th down. Here's Wilson.
Ah, so good shit.
In the end zone. Touchdown, Jets.
Spam this shit. That's cool.
Tyler Conklin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
That's cool.
Zerline good
Ten
with a
35.
PAT. And that will cut this lead
Third
down to
quarter also put a
25.
50 in his head, though.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Rushing you and shit.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Still well in control of this
this one.
Jamal.
Giving
Jamal.
up that touchdown a moment ago. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they get this game.
3 yards on that
Last
last
man,
carry. Here's second and 7.
talking about on this man.
Play action. It's Wilson. Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare
I want him to come out of
incompletion
cover
for him.
too.
He's been on point this entire game.
I can feel it.
His percentage completion-wise way up. Not that
I can
time.
feel it.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Wilson. He'll go up top here for Hamler.
This big old man.
Incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it
Chunk,
fly,
yeah.
but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one.
It's the hit motherfucking man. Oh my God.
Return that time. 18 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson.
Hey, that's a fucking pick, man. We own this shit.
And incomplete.
Another
Come on,
attempt,
man.
another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this
Yeah,
game,
man.
it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson.
Oh,
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on down.
everything, man.
So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson.
Come on, nigga. Come on, nigga. I do this shit.
Touchdown, Broncos. Wilson now with 4
Let's play the week right
touchdowns
there.
in the afternoon. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point
Man, it's crazy I can be this quarterback, bro.
and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
I'm gonna try this.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard. That deficit probably a little too much to overcome. But completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
Wilson and Wilson connecting here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kareem Jackson.
And the Broncos are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
He's got a man complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. It goes an impressive 31-yard gain.
Even with a big lead here in the 4th, it still goes away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
They'll run on 1st down. Edmonds.
There we go.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet, he's going to have the first down. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ikey's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd learned to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wilson. He'll find Sutton on the right side, complete.
Get out of there, boy.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. The carry here for the big tight end. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he'll just get rid of it.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage. That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down, as that'll be a gain of 15 on 4th. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10.
Not throw that damn ball, man.
Throwing again here, Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's home. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. To throw again on second down. Wilson. That pass complete to Moore. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Ball at the 23, second and 8. Straight ahead is Hall. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. There's Wilson to throw. This pass out wide to Hall. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Hall want to give up the middle. 81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll run with Hall, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Oh, Wilson going to throw. This pass caught by Hamler. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Another first down there as this one goes for 25. From the shotgun, Wilson. They're going right back to Hamler. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, this has been another impressive display by this undefeated team, Charles, and it looks like they're going to stay that way after this one.
Yeah, one of the league's best offenses. They stayed on brand in this contest because they continue to work good at what they do. Just added a late touchdown. Now they're really hammering home just how good they've been all year long, letting the rest of the league take notice.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Broncos, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Jets,
I'm 7 over the Broncos. I'm glad I beat that nigga, bro. Ain't gonna lie to you. Never about me. You know the stuff before that. I don't know, fool. I ain't gonna lie. In his last 2 years, like, he really was beginning to piss me off. And then, like, after I seen how Geno was playing last year, I'm like, bro, fuck it. Like, that's when I was losing piss. I'm like, fuck it. You know, I trust that nigga really decent. Like, he would hold the ball too long. He wouldn't hit his check downs. He missed wide open receivers, forcing shit. Like, that shit was just pissing me off. So, like, I'm like, other than he was like pissing me off. You know, he do right. He make good decisions, but he'll make one bad decision. Like, fuck up the whole game.